Joanne and I are starting our trip from South Padre Island to Torreon, Mexico. Torreon is about halfway to Mazatlan, which is our intended destination. We had a really good breakfast, grabbed our kitty, and headed to the border. We crossed the border just by paying $3.50. No trouble getting in, and that was one big milestone to get behind us. And we haven't had to worry about our paperwork yet being in order. We planned our trip so that we would only have to make one stop on our 8-hour drive, Orion. Stopped for fuel and picked up a couple of tacos, and here's our experiences.
Full, sí, full.
¿Dice tercero?
Yes, sí. Perfecto. Gracias. Mi español es muy poquito, pero quiero practicar. Pero no bueno. Me gusta español, pero here's our first meal in Mexico. We stopped at an Oxxo and got tacos, and the lady behind the counter was super nice to us, even though we don't know good Spanish. But show them yours. I got something called, do you remember what mine was called?
Chicharron and trompo.
Trompo. And chicharron is like the skin of a pig. And
Mine are carne asada. And I'm ready to dig in. I'm starving.
Let's see a picture of Kitty.
Hey, Kitty.
The drive on the way to Torreon, the landscape was very arid, brown and mountainous, but still beautiful. We stayed on the toll roads because the toll roads are supposed to be safe and the roads are supposed to be maintained well. And we found that to be mostly true. It cost us about $50 to get from the border to Torreon. As we entered Torreon, guess what we find? Chuck E. Cheese. Can you believe that? We saw him everywhere in Torreon. Then we get to our hotel, and then Kitty gets settled in, and we're good.
You see the food? Or you need to put it up here by your house. Can you see me? So Joanne and I, this is our first breakfast at the hotel we're staying at in Torreon. I got chilaquiles, and Joanne got an omelet, and I don't know how to say the name, but it is big, it's beautiful, and we have a tray of Tostinos. And then the coffee is delicious coffee, and it's not Nescafe, which is common in Mexico. But I've had a few bites, as you can see, and the chilaquiles are really good. Just like tortillas, it's almost like nachos with more of a liquid sauce over it. And we have the eggs on top. And then Joanne's omelet, let's see, I'll take the camera. What does your omelet taste like, Joanne?
Well, I think it has chorizo in it, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent. Take it back.
And of course, frijoles.
Frijoles. Joanne loves her frijoles. Ever since we've been married, we have a can of frijoles. And so anyway, so that's our breakfast for today, and we haven't gotten the ticket yet, but it's wonderful.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I think mine was about $6, and about $5, and Joanne's is about $6. And you can tell from the environment that this hotel is a very nice hotel. And they're super nice. There's some English-speaking people here, and so that's it.
This is our first day of driving in Torreon. The stores are all packed pretty tight. We see a lot of familiar things like KFC, Burger King, and lots of street vendors. We saw the tram. There's a tram that's in many of the bigger towns in Mexico.
So here's a view of the city, of the town square, and this is the sign that each big town has. There's a sign that says Torreon, and it's colorful and it's beautiful. And as far as I know, even smaller towns have these. And then over here, you'll see a beautiful church, and maybe I can zoom in on it. And it's just ornate and amazingly beautiful. They put the plate. Joanne was in the bathroom when they came.
Nice.
And so they put plates over the top because they saw her in the bathroom. And so that's how these came. We each got 4 tacos, and they are called. There are 2 of them are adobada, and the other one is suadero.
That was mystic.
And then they gave us lots of onion and cilantro, and I think salt, lime, green and red salsa. And Joanne's going to take a bite for us.
No, I'm not.
Okay, she's not going to do that. She'll put it on me. Okay, so here we go. We're going to put on onion cebello. I think onion and cebello. Y cilantro. I like cilantro. Me and Joanne, we love cilantro. This morning I went with the red salsa. Today I'm going with the green first. So you always get limes with everything. They love their limes. And Joanne and I love our limes.
This red salsa is warm.
Oh,
They just must have made it.
the red salsa is warm, Joanne says. So this taco is so big that I would have a hard time picking it up and not making a mess. I'll do my best. The tacos we had earlier was I'd say they were the best tasting tacos I've ever had in my life. They were so flavorful. All right, here goes. Man, that is good. The flavor is not so strong, but lots of meat. Good flavor. That
Salsa good?
green salsa is good. I think I'm going to put more on. It's not hot.
Spicy hot?
Yeah, it's not spicy. It's actually only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Go ahead, Joanne. Tortillas, beef flank steak, and you can see it's thinly sliced, but the bone is still in it. Guacamole, the green salsa, and we have these vegetable soups that have beans in them. And we haven't had it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be super good. It's like a quesadilla, but it doesn't have a lot of cheese in it, but it's really crunchy. And I'm going to take some of the onion. This is what Mark Wiens does, and Carlos Volpe. We watch their videos. Take a little of this, a little of that. This is the perfect bite, as they say.
Took a stroll through the open air market. The section you're seeing here is where all of the people would come buy groceries. And I believe it's quite a bit cheaper than if you were buying at one of the grocery stores. And also, on the other side, they're selling everything in bulk. Big bags of onions, potatoes, everything you can imagine probably the restaurants are buying. And also, where people from smaller towns would come in and buy and bring back to their stores. After 3 nights in Torreon, we are headed to the beautiful coastal city of Mazatlan on the Pacific coast. I've been dreaming about going there since high school.